Cheap Not Broke fan. What's happening, everybody? You see it is Katt Williams snitching. We had to get into it. I had to get on it. We got to talk about this. I got to know. And heck, I'm a comedian my damn self, so I wanted to bring somebody in to talk about it with me. Because you know what? This is big, and hell, it's just funny as hell. It's funny to talk about. What's happening, man? I got a guest with me today. I got Big Ace. You've seen him before. He's been on the channel a few times. What's happening, Big Ace?
What's going on, Cuzzo?
What's happening, man? Hey, I called you, called me. I was in the car driving. You said,
Look,
hey, man, you gotta talk about Katt Williams, bro. I said, you know what? Let's talk about it.
when I seen it, he was the first person I said, "Oh, I got to tell Malcolm about this." I ain't know if you had seen it yet.
Man, I sat there. First off, it felt like watching a damn movie. It was 2 hours and 46 minutes long. I paused like 3 times. I had to go do. I said, hey, go give me something to eat. Come back. I said, man, I gotta go bathroom. Come back. I gotta take a bath. I like, there's a lot.
Right, man. We did. Actually, man, we had a slow day at work, and man, I was like, you know what? I done did everything I need to do. I pulled that video up. I got an hour and 30 minutes in at work. I came home, was like, oh, I gotta finish this. Listen to it on my podcast. I was like, oh my god. I said, I know Malcolm gotta hear about this if he ain't yet.
Hey, I was just surprised. Hey, listen, man, it reminded me of First 48. Katt didn't need no cigarettes. He didn't need no sandwich. He just came in. I know who did it. I saw the niggas. It was 4 of them. They had a red shirt. It was Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Cedric the Taylor. I'm like,
listen. I don't think he was snitching, more or less. He was just telling the truth. You know?
Hey, call it what you want. He was telling the truth, but here's the thing. You know, people, you came on after everybody else. It's not like we sitting in the room and I get to argue back with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like, you know, you come up and say something, and after you get down, I come up and spill the beans. Like, well, damn, you don't get to come back up and defend yourself now.
Right. Well, I get that part, but on the other side, I think we don't see Katt do a lot of interviews, right?
No.
And I feel like unless he is talked about, I can honestly say that's when he do, say something back. So I think what he did was he watches Club Shay Shay. So all those interviews had all of them kind of back to back to back, and he was like, okay, now that they went, let me tell mine. So I applaud him for that. Let them go ahead and say what they gonna say.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something about Katt. Katt does his research. He was spot. He probably had to sit there with a notebook or something. He was spot on with everything. I'm like, man, this thing, if you, I believe how smart he was. That's definitely not a lie, because he was dropping stuff like he was taking a test, like he studied and knew all the answers.
Mm-hmm. And he did. He said, I got receipts. Everything that he hit on, like his key points, was factual. There's either video evidence or there's somebody that can vouch for it that was there too. So I give him credit for that. Like, he ain't lying on that part.
He don't like Steve Harvey. He been going out Steve Harvey for a year. He stays slapping Steve upside the head.
But then listen, I don't blame him, because Steve done been called out on more than just this occasion. Especially with the Mark Curry stuff, like Katt said. But man, that's crazy. But I did see that video. People been posting that video when they were in I think it was Detroit in the early 90s, when him and Steve went at it, and he fried him about his wig.
Oh yeah. But Steve, but Katt comes off as a guy that can really roast. Steve funny. Now I listen to the radio show. Steve is funny. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna take nothing away from Steve being funny. They just got two different brands of funny. Now I'm not gonna. I never loved Steve Harvey's stand up, but the TV show is funny. He's funny on all the shows. He's funny on the radio show. So I mean, he's funny in his own right. I can't take that from him.
Yeah, I feel like he is funny, and I think the more we learn about where like the history of some of his funny comes from, it does kind of take away from some of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially like being that it was piggybacked off somebody else, which in the comedy you in it, it's hard to come up with your own creative material and not know if somebody said it, but then to take something verbatim, now that's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, well, the one thing about comedy, the joke, that if you're talking about yourself and telling personal stories, nobody really can take that. Like the stuff Dave Chappelle does. First off, everybody can't even talk about that. Everybody doesn't even want to hear that from but him. He's one of the few people that you'll listen to talk about that. Some other comedians that you don't know, because Dave's story's a little drawn out, then he hit you with the punch. Bam. You gonna turn somebody you don't know off. I'm like, I'm not about when you don't know somebody, or you go see some other guy, they got to do the funny, bam, bam, come out hitting you with it. He don't have to do that, so he can talk about that kind of stuff. But the jokes that are real personal, like family jokes, things that happen to you, I mean, nobody. I mean, that's the truth. It's the stuff when you're talking about topical stuff. Some stuff anybody can do it. Anybody can drive a spaceship, this, that, and the fifth. But what some of the jokes? Pimp Chronicles. That's when Katt was smoking. He was cooking. That's when I found out who Katt was. Katt. I gotta go back and watch Pimp Chronicles. That's when Katt was cooking.
I will say this though. Rest in peace to Bernie, but Bernie was one of my favorites when he was here as far as stand up.
Oh man.
Right. And then when Katt started, I can say Katt stand up I think is better than Steve stand up. I'm not saying Steve's not funny, but I think Katt's stand ups are more entertaining than Steve's own. Steve's kind of like, to me, for comedy, Steve is kind of monotone. He kind of has one pitch. You know what I'm saying? I guess when he was saying you got to be able to do different things. Steve's kind of just a straight liner to me. That's why I don't think he's as funny, but I think he is funny. But when Pimp Chronicles and all them Katt specials start dropping, now how Steve say tell your mouth out, Katt will tell your mouth out. Now that's
Katt will tell your mouth out. Definitely. Yeah, I just remember when he came out with the Pimp Chronicles, like 1 and 2. That he was the best comedian probably in the country. You weren't thinking about no Dave Chappelle. You weren't thinking about nobody at that time. And that's how comedy works. Really, you get one person and they kind of dominate for a little bit, and then it's the next guy and the next lady or whoever that is. But do you believe? What is this true? Is any of this true? Did Steve Harvey call up and try to get Bernie kicked out of the movie?
Facts, because it's been more than one source on that, and that came out a while ago. Like, that's really a lot behind their whole falling out. What his name, Ed Lover, or one of them just had posted about this, because he was close with Bernie, and said Bernie told him himself that Steve tried to get it a little before he passed. But yeah, it ain't no secret. Like, he's offered to take a lower contract than Bernie to do the movie, and they didn't. They stayed with Bernie.
Well, let's be. Bernie got Players Club. Because he man, Dollar Bill, come on, Dollar Bill, bust your ass. Dollar Bill funny. Dollar Bill is funny. Okay, you got Uncle Vesta, House Party 3.
Listen,
close my goddamn door. Air condition the whole neighborhood. Come on, that came from that movie. That's Bernie in that line. What else we got Bernie in? We got Bernie in Friday. When he came in, he when he went over to the what's her name? What's the lady name?
Miss Parker.
Come on. Bernie got some classics. You got him in Above the Rim. He played the homeless dude. Yeah. Mr. 3000. Bernie got some classic. Bernie got classic roles.
So many classics, man. You know what's crazy? When it ain't even like Bernie movie, he's still like Head of State, even though that was like Chris Rock movie. Oh. Bernie, man.
Hey, Bernie got on the train. Bernie got on the train, and Bernie slapped a white woman. I don't think Bernie probably only Negro slap a white woman on TV and get away with it.
Listen, Bernie. If Bernie was in the movie, whether he was like the main character, if he made himself that, because he was so good, man.
Guess who? Good. And then you had the Bernie Mac show. One of my favorite episodes when he told Jordan, he said. He did something. He said, "You better stop before you jump down your throat and stomp your liver." That was probably one of the funniest things I ever heard. I never heard nobody say, "Well, jump down your throat and stomp your liver."
Hey,
Bernie was something else. Yes, Bernie was the fun. Come on now, you had the motherfucking joke that closed out the set. Classic. You had the milk and cookies bit. Classic. I mean, that set was classic, and before that, you had him on Def Jam. So, man, Bernie, Come on now, Bernie's story.
Hey, you know what I loved on the Kings of Conner when he was talking about the bus driver.
Bus driver did like this.
Man, that stuff was good, man.
But I tell you, a good read. If you haven't read Bernie's book is funny.
Oh yeah,
Bernie's book. So he wrote 2 books about his life. Funny. His best friend was named Big Nigga.
Oh my god. Yeah, see, I gotta get that.
That was his best friend. And they said, "Why you call that? Look at it."
That's something he'll say.
What are we supposed to call it?
Oh man.
Yeah, Bernie book is funny.
But yeah.
But as far as that, as far as him stealing, I don't doubt what Steve Harvey did. He might have, or but I know I'll say this too. It's not like you picking up the phone. You got people at work for you. Right. So you got a team. They might do it. I don't know if they say, well, Steve told me to do that, because people do whatever they're trying to do to get the money for you. So I don't personally believe Steve Harvey just picked up the phone and said, hey, I'm trying to get Bernie's part. What's happening? His team probably reached out on his behalf. And maybe he knew, maybe he didn't know.
If they did, he would have had to ask them to.
Though. Yeah, he would have asked them. I mean, it's wrong. It's wrong. I mean, because Bernie, like I said, Bernie's a great actor. So,
right.
But then you got the but Steve has game shows. Steve got a lot of stuff in his own right. So you really can't take nothing away from Steve. Steve just ain't a diehard stand-up comedian.
Right.
He did what he had to do to get where he had to go.
I agree with that.
But let me ask you this. Could Katt Williams host Family Feud? And you think it would be? Yeah.
Could he host it? Absolutely, he could host it.
Of course he could host it. Yeah. I'm not down he could. But Katt humor a little different than Steve. Steve dropped those gems. Steve dropped the gems on commercial break. So I think everybody kind of goes in their place where they should be. But I'm not down motherfuckers ain't stealing.
Yeah, that's true, because they, like Katt said, when he started out, he had to do comedy in Miami, then he had to do it in San Diego and Oklahoma, but all them places for the different crowds, because he had to not only be funny for white people, he had to be funny for black and white people and all other races. So I think Steve, right, and I think for America TV, that's perfect for Steve, because he can do that kind of comedy. And I'm not saying that Katt can't, but that ain't Katt's strong point. So he wouldn't, do that.
Right. But he came at Kevin Hart's throat now.
Oh, yes, he did.
He came at him. He said, hey, this guy's fraud. I'm like, well, hold on now.
Gatekeeper.
He's
a gatekeeper.
I mean, hey, there's always somebody standing at gate now. That means anybody can break in.
Right. And it's funny because he even threw a little jab at Tiffany Haddish, talking about he let Tiffany in. I was like, well,
isn't everybody supposed to let somebody in?
Very well, yeah.
Everybody, you're supposed to let people in. You're supposed to put people on. Now, do you decide who gets on and who not? Well, if that's not the case, then everybody can get on. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how you feel about the gatekeeping thing. What do you think about that?
I think when they get to a certain platform, if you got the ability to put others on, then definitely take advantage of it to use it. And I feel like both of them have. I think more recently with Kevin, with his own heart thing, the comedians and the actresses and actors he bring on under that is definitely Heartbeat Production. And then Katt, like he said, he's took 46 comedians on tour with him, over his time of doing, his tour. So that's his platform, because he doesn't have the outlets that the others have, TV shows, things like that. So his is on doing it on tour with the people. So I think in that case, both of them have, but how Kevin got to where that I don't know. I'm not sure on that.
That man work. I mean, I like to read guys' books, kind of find out about their life and what they got going on. I mean, dude put in the work.
Yeah.
I mean, he put in the work. I mean, I put it like this. Seriously funny, and I'm a grown little man. You can't take nothing away from those specials. Those specials Those were really funny.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And then when he started talking about his dad,
yeah.
Man, come on. You weren't thinking about no Katt. You weren't thinking about no Dave Chappelle. Kevin Hart at that point in time was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So just like Mike Epps was the guy when he came out in those movies. Man, Mike Epps was the funniest dude on the planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he started doing a lot of specials and shows around too. He started touring a lot.
He did. My favorite special of his is Inappropriate Behavior. That's one of his first specials. It's hard to find that one now, but yeah, Mike Epps. All these dudes are funny. Real quick, who are your top 5?
Top 5 comedians?
Top 5 comedians.
Ooh, all time. Oh man,
all time right now. I mean, no particular order. Who are your all time? Who are your all time 5, and who you pay to go see? Because sometimes your all time, like I've seen them a bunch of times. I want to go see somebody else.
All right, all time 5. I'm gonna have to say Bernie, Arnaz J. Let me see. I could throw Katt up there. Who I like after that? I like Don DC Curry, and my 5th, I'll probably say Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, yeah, Eddie Murphy, definitely. Yeah, I put Eddie Murphy in there.
Mm-hmm.
And who you?
That's so hard to do because even though I ain't put him on top 5, like for my pay to go see, Lavelle Crawford, I would definitely.
I was gonna say Lavelle Crawford. Now
Lavelle
gonna hurt.
I can actually put him. It was hard to do that top 5, but because a lot of them was floating. But Lavelle, I would go pay to see his because I know his is funny in person. I know it is.
I would say Lavelle Crawford. Lavelle Crawford. Yeah, Eddie Murphy does. He's done everything well.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, who else?
See, it's hard.
Bernie.
Yeah.
Burn. It's a white guy named Bill Burr. Bill. Yeah. You may not know Bill. I like Bill. Bill's really funny to me. Mm-hmm. And last one. Yeah, I'll put Katt in there because Katt. Pimp Chronicles.
Yeah.
Pimp Chronicles. But it changes. It changes all the time though. Because you like a lot of people. It's just like music. Like, who's your favorite artist? Well, it depends.
Right.
It depends on what you're talking about.
Even think about that, like with comedy, I don't know if they necessarily label them as genres, but it's different types of comedians. Like different, ones that they do, like how they deliver or what kind of, like I think what his name, my boy that always I can't think his name, but anyway, on his bits he used to be he's in the body wash commercials now. He act like he writing his jokes.
Dion Cole.
Yes, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Cole. You got them type of comedians that can do that. He goes out there with a prop and does it when he does his stand up, and that's what he's gonna do. But that shit's funny. It is hilarious when he does that. But then you got somebody that he kind of looks and sees, but then you got somebody like say Bernie. Bernie gonna go out there just he interacts, he's active when he did his stand-up. So it's like, it's a lot of them. You have to do like a top 25 with comedians.
Yeah, it's a lot because I go out all the time and I see cats that I just know that aren't famous that are just funny as hell. So But and then he came at far as Kevin Hart. He went at Kevin Hart. I don't think you can take anything away from Kevin Hart. He damn sure poked that pig P. Diddy. That was funny to me.
Now listen, he said, and you heard him, you got to tell him no.
I was at the party with P. Diddy. I said, tell no. Like the boy.
He had to protect that virgin booty.
That's wild. It's like that whole. I'm not doubting none of that's true, but I tell you this: they don't drop the name of the big people. Right. Now the people who doing it, those names will never come out.
Right. Yeah, because even with him giving what he did give and say his truth, like he did say, like, there are 7 people that are of this, and I think they wound up saying 1 during the interview
He
because
said Ludacris.
yeah, Shannon said his name, but he didn't mention the other 6 though. That was one thing I kind of wanted, like, dang, I wonder he gonna go back and say, but he didn't come back to it.
Oh yeah, and that thing is like, man, give us some good stuff. I mean, we know these people,
Right.
Said and all those are all comedians. You're not gonna give us the big people like the dude that came out a couple of weeks ago and that said somebody, one of the Hollywood execs sexually assaulted him, or touching him or something like that, but he didn't want to say the name. I'm like, yeah, because you want to keep on working.
That's
So
crazy.
that is crazy. There's a lot of crazy stuff that going on here in Hollywood. Well, I'm not at that level yet.
You be careful out there. You protect that
Hey.
bird booty.
Hey,
that's my new shit. Hey, Katt done put me out with that one. I said, hey boy, protect that bird booty.
It's funny. That's so funny because you start doing well. Did he give his ass up to do it? No.
Listen,
I work hard and I'm good at what I do.
But you know what's crazy though, Malcolm? Like, we always speculate and hear stuff. That's the thing. When you don't know something, all you're gonna do is see what you own and make up stuff. But all these years of Hollywood, you heard all these crazy stories, right? And then Katt come out and do this, and he put everybody out there that he did. And now you got people responding and like, okay, well, now it's okay for me to say, you see Gary Owens do his video in response?
No, I didn't.
Gary Owen did a 17-minute video from his podcast and related to what Katt Williams said, because he said, why do you think Gary Owens is a white comedian and hasn't crossed over yet? Right? Yeah. Meaning made the big monies. It's because he's always been Gary Owens. He ain't sold his soul, in other words. Right. So Gary didn't understand that, and he thought Katt was saying, like, talking about him. So he was on Twitter like, yo, why are you talking about me? I thought it was cool. They was like, no, Gary, he's saying you haven't sold your soul. So he went on to say, when he was young, he had an executive approach him, and he was like, I didn't know I was already at this point in my Hollywood career where I got to choose to suck a dick for $1 million or not. And he said, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. So I'm like, nah, everybody want to come out and start admitting it, but Katt the one to put it out there.
Oh man, it's true. It's true because you hear about it's the party in the hills, and there's a lot of rooms in the house. I'm like, yeah. But you know what? But there's a lot of people like Katt. He does it independent. If you get an audience, you get a lot of people to follow you, and they buy tickets. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Exactly. Now, making a movie is very expensive. It's a little difficult to shoot a movie on your own. But to go out to be, just be a big time comedian, it is what it is. But I think that's if you want to be like some mega star or something like that, that's probably what it. But I don't know. I don't know. But when I find out, I'm gonna let you know. You'll be afraid to hear from me. Hey, let me tell you what's going on up here, dog. Hey, let me tell you what's going on. It's true. I saw it.
Oh wait, call me.
Hey, but then he came out. Now let me tell you, I like Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley is really funny to me because he does the church jokes. Man, one of my favorite Ricky Smiley bits is when he went to the drive-through funeral home and he was lay dead. That's one of my favorite Ricky Smiley bits of all time. He drove up there and said, he ordered, let me get a cheeseburger, some fries, and a drink. He said he sat there for a minute. Bitch, you don't hear me. Talking to you. He sat there looking around. Oh, she dead.
Listen.
That's one of my favorite bits.
My favorite Ricky Smiley was the one special he did where he was talking about when he was doing the band and the church people. And
yeah, he was doing the whole band. Yes.
Listen, bro. When they did the McDonald's sign upside down, that song, you got that Campbelltown.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
that was the funniest stuff ever to me, bro. I'm bro, singing that damn song in my head like I'm singing about damn Ricky Smiley.
Hey, man. First off, Lil Daryl is hilarious. Lil Daryl is really
Yeah,
funny. Ricky Smiley prank calls.
yeah, and that's where
Hey,
a lot of his
Rick,
character started from. I know for Miss Bernice too, because he used to do the prank calls.
he used to do. Oh man, he did the one where his toes fell off in the shoe. That was, he called Church's Chicken and ordered like he kept calling the Church's Chicken, acting like it was the church, and
Mhm.
like, no, this is Church's Chicken. Oh, what time does service start? No, ma'am, this is Church's Chicken.
Now,
Hey, Ricky Smiley got some. Oh man, what else? Ricky Smiley got some classic prank calls.
yeah, he do. He did some good ones on that. Now, and I don't take nothing from his, acting or his comedy too. I think he's funny. He does a good stand up as well. Um, and I think with their situation, I don't think it was like really nothing. I think it's just how both of them took it. You've been to castings and stuff, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
from
Oh, did I lose you? I think I lost him. Damn, my man. Shit, man. What's going on? Shit. Well, let me get him back. Yeah, prank call. Oh yeah. Prank calls. The prank calls are hilarious. Man, Ricky Smiley, he used to call Church's Chicken. What else did he do? Miss Bernice. I don't know. Ricky. First off, Ricky Smiley, he got probably the best prank calls out there to me, if you ask me. I think Ricky Smiley, nephew Tommy, he's okay. Ricky Smiley and Roy Wood Jr. got the best prank calls, hands down. Funny stuff, can't beat that. I love it. But anyway, the whole thing about Katt Williams and the Ricky Smiley situation. What was funny to me was I believe everything he said about Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley was probably up there complaining. Now Ricky Smiley character, Friday After Next, that wasn't my favorite Friday. The first one was classic. Chris Tucker, that's a classic one. But that one and Katt, Katt coming out as a Money Mike, that was probably the favorite one, my favorite part, one of my favorite parts of the movie. Now it was interesting when he said he didn't want to get raped in the movie. I'm like, ooh, yeah. I don't know if the movie would have been as funny seeing that. I don't want, why did they always like to put that, that kind of stuff in the movies? That's not really my thing. Not this is a Christmas comedy, and somebody gotta give up the booty in the bathroom. I don't know if that's the Christmas movie anymore. So that wouldn't. I'm glad Katt did decide not to do that, because that would have been a little bit out of pocket. But Terry Crews, I forgot he did pay Damon. But it's funny because some people like play a gay, sometimes play like a gay character, and that's all you know him for. Man, Terry Crews and everybody hates Chris. Come on, man. Come on. Did you see Ice Cube's response to the rape? Yeah, I did. I did see that. And like he said, that was a Katt saying something about the movie was kind of. I'm glad he said something, because that, I don't know why Hollywood wants like to put that kind of stuff in the movie, because like they always like to put like a gay scene in the movie or two dudes doing something in the movies now. I mean, I get you wanna cater to everybody, but damn, I mean, everybody gets their own movies. Just like some of the songs they got all the. Here we go. He's back. Bam. There
man,
you go.
boy, I thought
Made
one
it
of them
back.
solar flares done hit me. Boy, the power
I said,
flickered.
oh shit.
Boy,
I said,
listen, boy.
I said, man, my man over there on the public library Wi-Fi, they done
Look,
found out.
boy, no Wi-Fi all that money I paid for this. My
Man,
bad, man. I'm back. I'm back.
oh good. But what we were talking about was we were talking about the scene where Katt Williams was talking about he didn't want to do the rape in the movie.
Uh-huh.
And talking about how Ice Cube. Well, let me show you response. How Ice Cube he said something about it, because I mean, he came up and he said something about it, and was mentioning that Yeah, Hollywood's a wild place, but he did mention something too. Everybody who was in Friday wasn't a big time star. So how much you were expecting to get paid?
Yeah, that was. I remember him doing an interview on before that because when Chris Tucker had did an interview before, he said Cube never paid me, and that's what started, a lot of the talk about what they were paid or how much they were paid when they did Original Friday and how much the movie actually made. So that's where I think a lot of that originated from. But
I mean,
I
you
don't.
get paid. You get. I mean, Chris Tucker wasn't no star at that time. I
Mm-hmm,
mean, Ice Cube just came off Boys in the Hood,
mm-hmm,
John with the Spoon. I mean, I don't think he had a TV show at the time. He was on Richard Pryor's show.
mm-hmm.
Chris Tucker, he just got out. He just did Def Jam.
Yeah, and
Nobody was
yeah,
a star.
yeah, like he said, all of them was just he was like they was doing like stand ups and stuff, but they weren't like movie famous. But I did see Cube's response on that, and he was like saying as far as the bathroom scene, it wasn't a rape. He already had the pliers wrote in. I mean, I have to go back and see who actually the writers were of it because a lot of that scene, like Katt say, he said they let Katt freelance and then they use the clips. Katt say he wrote it, so I mean that's technically him freelancing. So I think, like I said, when Katt pitched all of this, he did it from his point of view or his interpretation of how it happened. So if he did majority of the work, and like he said, what Cube said was it was a small role that they had for Money Mike until Katt came out there how he was when they let him freelance, which let him write. That's when they got what they got out of it.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's funny because when you improv, because my first movie, I was they gave me the script. I went to audition. I said, can I, if I do this now, knowing what I know now, you would never do that. You're not getting the job. But at that time, I was really blue. So I was like, man, can I put a little me in the mix? But that got me the job.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember Desperate? You remember the movie Desperate
Yeah,
Hoover's I was
I
in.
know. Yeah.
So yeah, that movie, same thing. Sometimes you're like, hey man, let me do this my way, and
Mm-hmm.
it worked. And then, but as you get on bigger projects like TV, they're not gonna let you do that. They got writers, they got a script. We hired you to do this. So some projects you can, and some you can't, because like he said, he a lot of projects they come to him, he wanted to make some changes, and they passed on him because they're like, hey, you're gonna do it our way, or you're not gonna do it at all. So, and that's just kind of how it goes. Because like Taraji was talking about, P. Henson was talking about the money.
Mm-hmm.
They already got a set fee for you. This is what you're gonna do it for or not. I'm not saying nothing she's not saying is true, but you also work in a business where they can pay you what they want. I mean, what are you gonna? There's 1,000 people who will take the job.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, and that don't make it fair to her, because she is a hell of an actress with all of the stuff that she does, and I definitely think there's a lot of them that are underpaid, and I mean, for why or the reasons besides it being them and black women in Hollywood, I think a lot of actors and actresses are underpaid in some of their roles, but I think once they get to a certain point and develop, okay, they got Grammys, they got Oscars, what have you. I think that kind of plays a role in it too, as far as how they're paid out. But she has been phenomenal in everything she did, and I think she definitely deserved more than what she getting.
Oh yeah, definitely deserve to get paid. I know, but it really boiled down to what the numbers are. How much did the movie? What you might did a great job, but did the movie make
Right.
money? Because
That's
it
it.
is still it is a business. If
Oh
we
yeah.
spend 70 million for the movie, they expect to make about 130, 140.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie's got to make money, and I don't think people, you just got to consider that. It doesn't matter how well you do, your movie's got to make. Now, some people keep getting movies regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely not fair, but it does boil down. You have to consider the money, considering you're getting paid 20 million. That movie got to do about 3 times that much.
Yeah. That's it, man. They got to do numbers, and I mean, honestly, and a lot of it's controlled too by all the ratings and stuff it get. A lot of people don't go watch stuff just based off of what the movie, got rated.
Right.
Some people like, well, I like that, so I'm gonna go get mine. I'm like that. If somebody give a movie like, oh, it was this, or oh, especially on social media, I'm like, well, let me go get my opinion of it, you
Right.
know. But some people it does be like, oh no, I got bad ratings, I ain't gonna go. So that really does depict a lot of that too.
And then you got movies. Your movies might do well here in the States, but are you gonna
Mm.
do well everywhere else. And I know, just from traveling all the places I travel to, action movies do well all over the world. That's why they can keep making Fast and Furious. Everybody has a car. Everybody likes to drive fast. So that's a concept everybody can get. Everybody can see Tom Cruise jumping out of a plane, or Will Smith, like Independence Day. It was aliens. Everybody interested in aliens. Mm-hmm. So some movies just do well all across the world. Some movies just do well here. And
now with that, what I was going to ask you was, you said it was 10 Fast and the Furious because they can keep remaking them. But from what Katt said, that boy took that 20 movie contract for $200 million.
I mean,
hey, I'm just saying, if it's 2024 now? If it's 2030 and we at Fast and the Furious 20, my boy Katt ain't lying.
He ain't lying. And you remember in Tropic Thunder when they in the beginning of Tropic Thunder, where dude kept making the movie like 6 times, he got old doing it. At some point, they're gonna have to recast because it's so far away from the original movie. They got all this other stuff going on in it.
They gonna keep them, but they just gonna be doing desk jobs or assigning people to do the action, but they still gonna be in the movie.
And they're not turning that check down. Because I'm gonna tell you something you didn't know, or maybe you did. Denzel didn't do no sequels until The Equalizer.
Come to think about it, you're right.
None. He didn't do. Denzel has done no repeat movie till The Equalizer. If you know one in the chat, if you're watching right now, name me a movie where Denzel has done a sequel besides The Equalizer.
Yeah. And I just watched Equalizer 3 the other day for the first time because they dropped it on Netflix.
I watched it on the plane ride. Home. Now, let's talk about that. Let's talk about this movie. Okay. That man had a gun pointed at him like 15 times, and nobody shot him. I'm like, all right now. He got shot in the back with a 12 gauge. He got shot with a BB gun.
Nah, it was a 22.
It was 22. I'm like, well, this BB gun. Come on now, you're not about to put. Hey, what?
But he not died though.
Man, these cats had all kind of machine gun, automatic weapons. You're gonna hit him with 22 and shoot him in the ass. Now it's funny we shot Buddy in the ass. That was funny. I laughed hard. He shot him in the ass.
Listen, that boy cutthroat. I know when he set that clock. Oh, it's over. He told. Now at least he give him. I can say this. At least he give him a chance. He said. Hey.
But did you see him the whole movie?
That's a character.
He was following it up. I think I know that. But the lip, the whole time you live. I think I have a question. Now, you have 16 seconds to put this.
He let them know, but he played that role to the team, man. I give him that.
Hey, shout out to my man E. What's happening? He played the role, but the lip, I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
He sit there.
He do. He crooked that mouth to the side. He played that part good.
He do play the part. And then I kept, why the hell does he keep folding his napkins? What's wrong with him? What's the napkin folding about? Because every movie he just sit there folding the napkin.
Yeah, because even when he was in the house and the other one, he had like OCD real bad. Like how the books and everything were set up. He was just touching everything. It's part of that character that he played. Yeah,
it was a good movie. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm not sold. I'm not getting sold as much. I'm like, he ain't whooping everybody. I don't know nobody that ain't whooping everybody like that.
Well, is there any other series of movies that's been as many as Fast Furious? Because what they on 10 now?
Any other series movies been in series? 10 movies?
Think
10 movies?
I know we got Rocky 5, but that's it. Rush Hour 3, 4. You hear about 4 or 5, but I don't think none of them hit 10.
No, I don't think so. Nothing I can think of, unless it's some older movies that I'm not aware of.
I ain't aware,
I'm trying to think anything. No horror movies have gone that long.
Nah,
only thing I can think of might got 10 movies is Michael Myers. Michael Myers. I would give it to Michael Myers because they haven't made no Freddy movies. They haven't made no Jason movies, but they damn sure give you get a Michael Myers movie.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Saw.
Bam, he got it. Saw gets Saw. Let's talk about the last. Did you see the last Saw? I didn't like the last Saw because they didn't kill the girl. The girl that did all the killing, they didn't kill her at the end. I said, I don't like this. And she was white. They let the white girl go.
Honestly, man,
I ain't like that.
Last Saw I seen probably 7 or 8. To be honest, I'm a few Saws behind.
Yes, it don't do it for me like that. You know, they be. No. Now, it's not as that now. They used to get off. Now, one of the most memorable ones when they made the dude get in there with all the drug needles. That was wild. Yeah. And then when the dude stuck his hands up, and if you pull them down, they would slice them off. I'm like, this dude's the devil. Where you thinking stuff like this? Who's sitting there right this? Somebody out here thinking stuff like this.
Somebody in Hollywood, man. That's Hollywood. That's out there with you, man. I tell you. You know what you got to do.
Nah, I ain't got to do none of that, homie. Hey, I'm on YouTube.
You got to protect You better get this in your head. Hey, that gave me this.
I don't have enough ass for all of that. I don't have enough ass for all of that, dog. I don't have enough ass. I'm too slim for that, baby. I don't have enough.
I'm just saying. If Diddy invite you to the party, you go?
Nah, I park cars for tips. So I know they're gonna pay about $100 a car. So I stand outside, park these cars.
But I ain't going in.
I'm not going in. Hey, what y'all eating in there? Bring me a plate out.
Bring me a plate out.
Bring me something outside.
You ain't wrong.
I'm not going in. No. I'm gonna park the car and I'm gone.
Oh man. But yeah, because see with Katt, I don't know which stand-up that was when he was talking about Professor Ogilvy coming out the closet because he seen him in one of them mansion parties.
That you know, I looked at him different. Now I looked at him, you know, he had the twist. I've been looking at him like, man. Cause I know, man. I remember when Frank Ocean, the thing came out about Frank Ocean. I was like, well, who he singing to?
You out there? And we out there.
Just like when Lil Nas X came out, I'm like, well, damn, who was he talking to?
Man, speaking of, you see, he supposed to be doing something on the 12th, having his own interview, telling his side from the musician side. Yeah.
Oh, who?
Katt done started a fire, so you know how Katt just did this, and it was about comedians.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Unc got him, cause he gonna look that'd be an interesting interview. I'd probably watch that, cause I know he gonna say all kind of wild stuff. So, well, who else is out here? Shannon, there's all kind of people out here. I got all kind of boyfriends that you don't know about.
Listen, Unc gonna shatter the internet. He already broke it. He gonna shatter it.
He broke the internet. Hey, he broke the internet, man. But before we get up out of here, man, if you're in the chat, man, we appreciate you watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, please. Got a lot of good stuff coming out. If you haven't watched, please watch the podcast. And if you haven't, please go to cheapnotbroke.com. Check out my comedy special, Who is Malcolm? Or you can just go check me out, Malcolm Hall Comedy on TikTok and all that good stuff. The whole Katt Williams situation. He did break in it. And let me tell you something. Katt going on tour. Katt about to move some tickets.
Oh, yes, he is.
I'm not peddling nothing, but you got a tour out there, brother. Yeah, you be a fool to have all this attention, not have nothing to sell. That'd be foolish.
Yeah, I'll say this, though. I did believe him on the net worth part because he said when you check the net worth that he had that on him. I believe it because with all these Netflix specials.
Oh, I believe, I don't doubt the money. I don't doubt the money because he does a lot of stuff independent. I mean, he sells out arenas. Yeah. He sells out arenas. Yeah. Like he said, smart marketing play. Hell yeah, that was smart marketing. You a damn fool. Listen, don't think I'm not getting on TV with nothing to sell. I'd be a damn fool to get on television and not have nothing for you. I would never, ever.
Always got it on me.
Yeah, I always got it on me, you know. Always got it on me.
Yeah.
Always got it on me.
It's everywhere.
It's every fucking. What you mean? I ain't selling you shit, but I got shit to sell.
Right.
You know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm like you, a damn fool. You got 10 million views, don't have nothing to sell. Listen, I'll start selling drugs on Amazon if I had to. I'm selling something. Somebody got to buy something for me.
I'm telling you what's finna sell though. Liquor. Everybody trying to get that bottle from Club Shake Shack. They say it's on. You can't get the next bottle till 2025.
What?
Shannon Sharp liquor. That one they had on the table, everybody went Google. I need that. They call it the new truth serum. It's already apparently it's ordered up through the rest of this year.
I know when the interview went off, Katt, here you go. Let me give you a couple extra. I appreciate what you did.
Yeah. Or you just blessed. Oh, Uncle have to get the pocket right, Katt.
I mean, like, damn, how I pinned some in the chat. I need to learn my damn self.
Yeah.
But man, I'm looking forward to, man. They say 2020 the truth, the year of the truth. 2024 is the year of the truth.
That's what I've been hearing. Hey, listen, I done heard that. Like I said, I don't get them tarot cards and all that there, but it's been too many of them on there. This is the year revealing the truth. And I was like, okay, we gonna see.
Yeah, we gonna see. Truth been out there.
Yeah.
Truth been out there.
To tell it.
Hey, people don't like to hear the truth, though. The world is built off of lies.
It is.
That's why that's why you can't, say certain things to certain groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, because hey, truth is the truth. Just one of my favorite Bill Burr jokes before we go. He said, I don't understand. Midgets want you to call them little people. What are we going to call the children? He said, I can't do that. He said, I can't do that. We need to, you're not a child. You're a midget, and this is a little person. Because if I think a little person, I'm thinking for somebody 6, 7 years old, this motherfucker's got a beard, and he's fucking a grown woman. That's not a little person. That's a midget.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man. Especially that's at work now, man. Customer service, sales. If you on the phones or you can't ma'am or sir no more. You are offending people. So
what'd you say?
You look, call them by their last name. Just say it. And I feel I'm, Southern. We rate Mr., Mrs. So I'm shooting every time. Like, Lord, don't let me hit the wrong one, Mr. So and so. It's ma'am. I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. But hey, you gonna offend them some way.
Man, you know how many times I went through the drive-through? Hello, ma'am. How can I help you? Hey, excuse me.
Oh, maybe I put some bass in your voice.
I was like, oh man. And then when you got your, you got your little lady in the car. Excuse me. I'm a man. You heard what? You know what? Matter of fact, make it 2 patties. I'm a man. I need 2 patties. And let me get the large fry. I'm a man.
Oh goodness.
Hey man. Hey, you got any social media, man? What you got going on? Can people find you? You got a TikTok page?
Don't find me unless you got some money for me. Other than that, I ain't got nothing for you. No, I'm just playing.
Well, next time I'm gonna get your Cash App and we're gonna put your Cash App there so they can donate to you. Yeah, so next time we're gonna get you come up in there, man, because you come in, because I appreciate you coming in, like my correspondent, when things are going on. Let me call Ace, and Ace said, you called me. You called me this time.
I said I knew I was gonna give you about a day, but I know you was traveling, so I said, let me just go and tell him about it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you hitting me up, man. So back tomorrow. We back live tomorrow. Yeah, man. Like I said, come in whenever you like, man. Hit me up like, every couple weeks, try to get you in, if not more often than that. Hey, come in, chop it up, have some laughs. People, the chat loves you. So yeah, come on back.
For sure. I'll be here.
All right, man. Well, listen, we appreciate everybody watching. Thank you, everybody in the chat. If you haven't, please drop a comment. The comments help move us up in YouTube. The likes help move us up in YouTube. I do go live every Monday. Tomorrow, tomorrow. So Jeff, I'm going over tomorrow. We're talking about JetBlue. JetBlue got a whole bunch of $99 flights. They got a lot of specials running. So I'm going to run down there and show you how to find all these JetBlue flights. And you got to check your emails when these tickets are running, because I just happened to check it. I can get a Cabo for $200 there and back. Why not? So, but you got to book within a certain time. So I'm gonna go over that because travel season coming up, and I know everybody likes to fly and go places. So we're gonna talk about all that tomorrow. But we appreciate everybody tuning in. Enjoy your day, and we'll be back tomorrow. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, go check out some stand-up comedy, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Take care.